Yeah. Three bearded brothers, they take the mic. Baker by name, they bring the hype. Dropping hot takes in the podcast zone. Sports debates from the comfort of home. Bakers in the booth, they speak their mind. Breaking it down, play by play, rewind. Stats and passion, you can feel the flame. From the field to the court, it's all fair game. One's got stats like a numbers machine. One spins story sharp, crisp and clean. The other cracks jokes, but his points still land. Together they're the trio with the hottest brand. Bakers in the booth, they speak their mind. Breaking it down, play by play, rewind. Stats and passion, you can feel the flame. From the field to the court, it's all fair game.
And welcome back to another episode of Bearded Baker Banter, the sports podcast. Welcome, Trent.
Sorry, that was a good one. I was feeling that one tonight.
It's a hype zone, man. It's a hype
podcast zone. I like it.
Like I said, welcome back to Bearded Baker Banter. We are on episode 123. This morning, we'll be talking a little bit of baseball. We'll talk a tiny bit of NBA finals, a little bit of NHL finals, because we do have two big championships going on in the sports world. We'll give our picks, what we think in terms of who's going to win that series, how many games and all that fun stuff. We'll also touch a little bit on some College World Series as we head into the weekend, because the Super Regionals are starting, I believe, June 6th. So that would be tonight. So let's get into it here. We got some baseball here to talk about, and I don't feel as sad. So I got three numbers for you, Trent. You ready?
Go for it.
I'd like you to take a guess.
Gotcha.
Number 6. What that might be?
Number 6 straight win.
6-game win streak for the Orioles.
Good.
Ready? Here we go. Number 5.
Ooh.
Ready? I'm just going to give it to you.
Yeah, go ahead. 5
saves in the last 6 games. 3 from Batista, 2 from Brian Baker.
Ooh, okay.
You ready for this last one? 530.
What a great last name. Long lost brother.
Last number here. 538.
538. Is that, hold on.
Don't think too hard. It's not too tough.
538.
There's some math involved, though. That is no other than Adley Rutschman's batting average the last 3 games. He is 7 for 13.
Ooh.
Yeah. So O's are back. Never was worried. I'm just kidding.
Hey, it's the second 54 games. So
shout out to Kev.
We went through our rough times, which means, hey, now we're going to peak at the right time instead of these past couple years. But hey, I'm with you on that. I've in my notes, we're 8 of the last 10. Mm-hmm. And anybody that wants to sit there and say, well, they're playing teams, they can shove it up their ass. We weren't winning games that we should win. And now we're not even fully healthy. We're not fully. Tyler O'Neill still out. Jordan Westbrook still out. Got Colton Cowser back. Great addition to us, right?
Cedric Mullins out. Mountcastle out.
Yeah, I mean, Grayrod hasn't pitched an inning this year. And then I believe we have 2 other starters that are still on the IL. So it's like, hey, you know what I say? Whip out the hydration station or dong bong, whatever you want to call the damn thing. Let's go O's, boys. Let's go O's. And
you can't dog on Seattle Mariners. Mariners are sitting in second place, which I think they were in first place until a 3-game losing streak here. Yeah. So that now is in the sole hands of Houston Astros.
Oh, easy. Trey. Where's Trey? He's probably that's where he is. He's out celebrating that, I bet. It's good to see, because I mean, even tonight, the way that they are, yesterday during the day, because I think that was the day game.
3 games.
It was nice to see that now Adley has hit 2 home runs in his past 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
So his bat's coming back. If he gets confident, he's going to go back to being the all-star caliber player he is. And then even, I believe, the game-winning homer was Gunnar Henderson, correct? So
Yeah.
that's another
Bash Brothers are back, baby.
It's another, yeah, that's the dynamic duo. Didn't wear that tee tonight because I realized I'm pretty sure I wore that for the past like 4 or 5 episodes. So figured I'd make sure people were aware that I do change my clothes from time to time, but every 4 weeks or so, it's no big deal. But yeah, I'm excited. It's once again, I know they swept the White Sox, which once again, you need to do that. That's the type of stuff in order to get back, turn things around. You've got to make sure that you can win as many games against those teams that are, I don't want to say like, cakewalks, but they're not good. White Sox aren't good. Rockies aren't good. And so it's like those are games that you got to win. And I like where we're at. I like new management. Let's go. Trusting them for now.
I think I texted you guys the other night too. Like even looking at the lineup, I mean, you have Jackson Holiday leading off. Then you got Adley. Then you got Gunner. Then you got Ryan O'Hearn, who is, let's be honest, swinging the hottest bat of all the guys on our team right now.
Yeah.
I mean, top to bottom right now, we look pretty good, especially getting Kerstead back, especially getting Mayo, getting Kowser. We look pretty good. It's almost like the youth is kind of like back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, I may have completely missed this. Where's Mateo been?
I think he's there. I just think he's horrible right now.
No, that's fair. I figured there was so many. I know Mullins got hurt. Mountcastle got hurt recently. I think they're both on 10-day ILs. I wasn't sure if Mateo was somehow on that as well, but I mean, honestly, and I still hate our pitching. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, "Oh, it's great pitching," because it's not.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Eflin's now, I believe, 5-2. Sugano.
Yep.
He's kind of coming into it. I think he's finally like,
dude,
feeling good.
He's feeling good. I think he's our best pitcher.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah. I mean, and Eflin also just came back a little bit from being hurt for a little while. So,
yeah.
But yeah, Gray. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Our bullpen still scares me a little bit. I know I mentioned 5 saves. Batista getting 3 of the last, 3 saves in the last 6 games was pretty big because there for a while he was going a little slump. Brian Baker, he was becoming a guy that I had no faith in. But him getting 2 saves now, I don't know. It's just they look all right, and I don't know. I feel like there's a different pep in the step too. Like it just felt like a very somber team. Like watching them, like just I don't know the energy.
I think there was some built up animosity, little over management that was happening. I just look at it like, how many times did we have to sit there and see that Jackson Holiday was not going to be in the lineup just because a left-handed pitcher was throwing?
Right.
And so you actually hurt yourself,
mm-hmm.
and you give a team an advantage by not playing some of these young guys that are supposed to be your future.
Yeah.
You hurt yourself by not even giving them a chance.
Yeah.
I would get it if oh, hey, you bench or you start him and he, you know what? He had 4 at bats and he walked once and got out 3 times. And it's like, but it's like you have to have the threat and at least the chance to make a play and the chance to maybe, knock one in. So it's like,
mm-hmm.
I didn't understand. I thought it was a way too much analytics that were taking over the just, hey, you know what? Let your good players play. Yeah, because I look at how many freaking batters, how many stud batters are out there that are lefties or righties, and just because the other team puts a pitcher on the mound that's a certain arm, they're not sitting there saying, yeah, you know what, lefties on the bump, take Juan Soto out. It's like, no, the hell, you're not gonna freaking do that. Like, what do you do? Like, play these guys. I know I'm not saying any of the Orioles guys are Juan Sotos, but they're your Jackson, Gunner, all that. No, keep them in the lineup. They're a threat, and they're valuable in defense.
I think even too, to touch a little bit on the pitching, I think it was the White Sox series, game 1 and game 2. Batista came in to save both those games in a row, and I feel like he wouldn't pitch 2 games in a row, regardless, ever. And it's like bring your guy in, he's your stud, he's the mountain. Bring him in, let him get the saves, man.
like they are playing it pretty safe this year, no pun intended, but they are playing it
Mhm.
safe by trying their best to not use him in back-to-back days.
I know, but I'm saying like at the same time, like let's go. Like you can only
Yeah.
play conservative until all of a sudden, like, hey, you're 13 games back in the AL East,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean they're still sitting at the bottom, 13 games back. But we
Yeah.
do have the biggest win streak right now in baseball. So
Yeah. And honestly, we're what 11 games from 500.
yeah.
So
When
if
that
we
and you
go ahead,
no, I was
well,
gonna say the reason I brought up the 5 save thing is because we're finishing games. How many
yeah,
times was it like
that's a
we
good point.
start, we go up and then all of a sudden we just lose the game? That's
Yeah.
why I brought up the 5 saves things because, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, I am looking ahead at the schedule. We have and this is kind of a team I want to talk about here shortly. The Athletics
Mhm,
next. We got a 3-game series.
mhm,
In my opinion, you've got to win that series. It's
100%.
straight up like I'll be honest, like sweep it. Like to be honest, like where we're at right now, we're desperate for a pretty good streak, get 9 to 10 in a row. If you
Yep.
can win 2, if not 3 from the A's, and then you've got to the next series is Detroit. And it's crazy to talk about Detroit like this, but they're the best team in the AL.
Yeah.
Um, you've got to get 1 to 2 wins out of that one. And then you got the Angels. So, and then you start getting into the Rays and then the Yankees. So
Mhm,
I really think besides the Detroit matchup, 3 of your next 4 series or 5 series, they're pretty favorable matchups. And this
mhm,
is where you can stack some wins. And you got a 4-game series against Tampa following
mhm.
the Angels. So it's like that is where you can gain some ground in your division. So I'm here for the ride. I know we were pretty negative about them, but doesn't mean we're giving up on them. Just like kind of our past couple months betting wise, but we're turning the page. We're
Yes, we
getting
are.
where we need to. We're getting where we need to be. So
Hey, speak of the Tigers too. The Tigers did have a little slip up last night. They lost in 10 innings to the White Sox
yep,
of all
I didn't
people.
see that.
Which,
I didn't see
jeez,
that.
man, freaking what? They
Baseball.
do have the best win loss record in baseball right now. 41 wins, 23 losses. Next closest, there's a couple teams with 38 and one team with 39. No, 2 teams with 39. The Mets and the Cubs. So yeah, I don't know. It's a long season, but again, I constantly hear the words of Kev in my ear. Hey, you got 54 games.
Right.
What's your next 54? It's like
Well,
Kev's my baseball conscience.
he's just sitting right here on your shoulder talking to you.
He's in my ear. I just repeat his words over and over again. I'm like, okay, we're
I
okay.
think you.
All right.
I think you need to make. You need to make a little meme or a
little
whatnot.
Kev, little
Little
Kev
Kev,
meme.
little Kev right here. Little picture of Kev sitting on his shoulder while talking baseball. Um,
Keep me
one
positive.
one last thing with this kind of mixed and mash of starting pitching right now that we're once again on paper we don't look that good, but during this whole pretty good stretch, winning 8 of the last 10,
Mhm.
starting pitchers have about a 1.99 ERA. So
Mm.
it's
About
good to
damn
know.
time,
Yeah.
about time.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing. It was like there was times when we weren't hitting, but we also were giving up a boatload of runs where it was like you're in such a deficit that it's like, how the hell do you get out of it? So
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I want to shift gears here and talk about a team that's a little disappointing.
Okay.
That I was actually I was kind of high on their roster early on. Like there were a lot of guys where I was taking, base props, home run props on and
Mhm.
that's the A's, the Athletics.
Mhm.
Uh, when we talked about mid-May, they were sitting at 22 and 20.
Mhm.
And at that point, moving forward, other than I think they won last night, but really big actually, surprisingly over the
Mhm.
Twins. They were at 1.1 and 20 over their last 21 games.
Whew.
So their record on June 5th was going into that day of June 5th, because then, like I said, they won on June 5th, but they were 23 and 40. right?
Put that in
So
perspective. Yeah.
that's brutal. That's
Yeah.
brutal. But it's like, I don't know. Once again, it's kind of those. Hey, they had their good stretch of maybe 50. Well, I don't even know. I guess that sounds like their first 54 is pretty crappy, but
Yeah.
it's a tough draw for them. I mean, they're
Mhm.
kind of in the process of not even having a home stadium this year. It's a rent a stadium, so it's like
Yeah.
it's a shame because I you hate to see it, but a lot of those names that are pretty good baseball players, they're going to find their way onto another roster here. You know, the
Yeah.
Soderstrom, the Rookers.
Yep.
I don't believe that real good pitcher that broke his hand late last year into the trade deadline wasn't that the A's?
I
Or was that
believe so.
Crochet last year? I forget, but um, I think it was. I think it was Miller. I think it was Miller for the A's that broke his hand, and it was like you pretty much just screwed your team that they were going to trade him and get a lot. Then he
Oh,
got in.
that's right. I do remember that.
Yeah, so it was like I think he like punched something in the dugout. I was like, "What are
Yeah, I
you
think you're
thinking?"
right.
But yeah, A's
Well,
are a team that I was a little bit bigger on early on, but you got to realize it's time to just move on from them. They're back to being the A's, good old farm
yeah,
team in the MLB. So,
yeah,
Todd, I'm
I,
feeling I know who else you want to start to kind of talk a little bit more
yeah.
about.
Yeah. I mean, that's from a disappointing standpoint, not because this guy's a disappointing pitcher at all. But Paul Skeens, man, I feel horrible for Paul Skeens. The guy pitches shutouts, through about 8 innings, 2 games in a row, and loses. Sorry, not pitches shutouts. I'm sorry. Pitches what? It was 1-0. I think
Yeah,
both times that he played when he pitched the last 2 games, and they lost. It's like they got a hit. I mean, I know understand the Pirates are not good, but like, wow. Let me just put this in perspective. So he's started 12 games. He's thrown 75.1 pitch innings pitched. He's 4-5. His ERA is 2.15.
yeah.
2.15 ERA. Like it's unbelievable, and
Can I
it's truly sad. Go ahead.
can I give you this because his past 5 games have been absolute gems, like you're talking about, like most recently. In
Yeah,
his just his last 5 starts, 1.04 ERA. That's 4 earned runs in 34.2 innings. And his record in that stretch is 1-2. The Pirates' record in those 5 games is 2-3. So, like,
it's just
can
upsetting.
can we say is he not comparable to like the Jacob deGrom for the really bad Mets teams?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, he's your ace. Your diamond in the rough, I guess, if you will. Not to quote
Diamond,
Aladdin, but
more like diamond in the shit because the Pirates suck.
it's like
They're a
rough
team.
shit.
They're shitty.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, and like I said, I always I follow the Pirates just from living out there for a little bit, but like they're awful. And Paul Skeens is so good, and he's so much fun to watch pitch. But like the lack of run support, in offense for the Pirates is just unbelievable. So it just blows my mind. But I don't know. Anybody else here baseball wise?
Not really.
Braves are on a little skid again. Lost last 4.
They blew one today or
Yeah,
last night or yesterday during the day again. That was brutal. But
yeah.
I don't feel bad for them at all.
No, I know. But all right.
Yeah.
Well, keeping with the baseball theme here, I just do want to touch on something real quick. So obviously, College World Series is in full effect. So I'm obviously, self-proclaimed Tennessee fan here, but that's kind of new to the game here. I'm not gonna lie, because you can call me a bandwagon, and you're kind of right. But
So you're more of a Tennessee baseball fan than a Carolina baseball fan.
yeah,
Really?
yep. Yeah. And here's the thing. I mean, kind of goes to say like across the board, like Tar Heels basketball, no questions. And I'll be honest with you, it's kind of been the coaching for Tennessee in college basketball that's like deterred me the last couple of years because I always kind of used to follow them a little bit too. But
we hate Rick Barnes.
it's
we
I don't
just
know.
dislike credit. He's a
But
good coach, but
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like I follow the Tar Heels a little bit in baseball, but not as closely as Tennessee. That Tennessee just has that excitement about them. I mean, they got a pitcher right now that's just, very much like Mr. Mustache from last year, but just a stud. So what you're looking at here is you can see the schedule going into the super regional. We got Louisville, Miami. Louisville's hosting UTSA, matched up with UCLA, Arkansas versus Tennessee, Auburn, Coastal Carolina, North Carolina versus Arizona, LSU versus West Virginia, Duke versus Murray State, and Oregon State. Oregon State versus Florida State. So the big headlines, that a lot of people are talking about here too, is just the fall of a lot of the SEC teams. To see how many teams, were ranked. I mean, the number 1 overall seed Vanderbilt lost in the last round. So that in itself, they lost to Wright State, which Wright State almost beat them twice, to be honest with you. Wright State, I think, lost by 1 the first time they played, and then they did beat them the second time around. But it's some good baseball. I mean, and honestly, I can't believe how many freaking home runs are hit. I mean, I know they're playing with metal bats and everything. I think day 1 in the last round, there was 91 home runs hit.
Yeah.
And it's just, again, I kind of wish there was college baseball on TV a little bit more than it is. They kind of self-select, who they're going to show and stuff. But like, it's kind of fun to watch. There's some excitement there. I mean, guys get after it, and it's also there's some rawness to it, I guess, would be the best way to put it. You know what I mean?
It's not as like in professional baseball. There's a lot of like unwritten rules and almost like what is it like professional baseball etiquette. And I feel like because college baseball, nobody has made it necessarily yet in terms of like they're not on a pro team, so they can talk a little bit more shit. They can maybe do a little bit more antics in the batter's box or even coming off the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
And I like it. I like it too, man. I stay away from wagering on it. Like I just don't know it well enough. But I will say, shout out Kev. He does put some lovely lovely picks together for the college baseball field, and he's done that all year, which is pretty impressive. So follow him. And but I do, Ty. I like it too, because it is like you can see some good offense, but you can see some like, I don't know, there is like a rawness or an intensity to it that has a much more electrifying like atmosphere sometimes in some of these baseball games. Once again, though, it's because it's, especially at this time, it's playoffs, and like playoff, everything is better. Yeah, in my opinion. So
yeah, no doubt.
I think seeing Duke baseball in there though. I do like that.
I know. Duke got Tar Heels in there, man. It's gonna be good. I think Tennessee's one of their top batters. Man, Tennessee was up 10-5 against Wake Forest. I mean, clearly going to win because I think it was the 8th inning. He got the guy, one of their best batters, got tossed for like curse. He was either cursed at the catcher or the umpire. I couldn't tell, but immediately got tossed. And now he's actually, I don't think he's allowed to play in this first game in this super regional, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, there was some stupid like rulings. Duke had the same thing. I don't know if you saw that. One of their best players, they like when they make a big play or whatnot, they put like a construction hat on. Because then like another guy like hit a home run right after, and he still was wearing the hat from celebrating. Right. And he carried it out of the dugout with him because he was just taking it off his head, and the umpire threw him out. And they're like, oh no, he carried that on the field. It's taunting. They threw him out. It's like, dude,
come on, man, taunting.
Sometimes it's referees just want reasons to like, I don't know, and umpires just like they give them too many like little responsibilities. Just don't make damn bit of sense. It's like, I was talking about it tonight at our practice. Is like in Pennsylvania, you cannot wear a wristband on your belt loop.
Right.
It's like, why the hell not? Like, what is wrong about like, oh, hey, team uses a wristband, look at the play, don't have to have it on your arm. Great, Just just stupid shit like that. Same with our knee pad, but yeah, you're right. There's some things that happen where it's like, really, like, would you do that to
Yeah,
a
professional.
larger name?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're kids. But
All right, Trent. Let's give our picks here for the championships. Let's start with the NHL. Tell me your winner. Tell me what the series is going to finish. We'll do the NHL first, and we'll do NBA, and then we'll get into our tier rankings here.
Yeah, I got the Oilers breaking the Canadian curse. I think they're going to be the first Canadian winners. They're going to win it in 7 games.
Okay.
It's going to be a game 7. Connor McDavid starts his run of taking over the NHL as the absolute star, which I know he's already the star and become but like, it's time. Sid's time is up. Trying to think who else is out there that I did. Yeah, I mean, I really right now. I mean, Sidney Crosby is the guy still.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know he's not playing at the caliber of what McDavid is playing, but like,
yeah.
I think this could start it. I just Florida's good. That's why I think it's going to go to 7. Like, I mean, Florida's playing in their 3rd straight Stanley Cup after losing to Vegas, beating Edmonton, and now against Edmonton again. So that's why I think McDavid's got to win it. He's got to win this one.
I mean, there's no doubt about it that he does have to win it, just from a legacy standpoint. But just to kind of touch on, I don't know if you saw this story that the Oilers got ice from all of like the hometown ices of all their players, and they actually used it and put it into their ice on their rink.
I did see that
for the series. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I'll be honest with you. So the Oilers are a team that I, do tend to gamble on if I am betting any hockey stuff. I like watching them. It's a very fast-paced team. They have a lot of talent. I think Skinner in goal right now is actually doing all right. I think that was always the missing piece last couple of seasons. Last year, the goalie was an issue. And then two years ago, goalie was an issue as well. What's that?
I'm pretty sure Skinner was their goalie.
Right, but I'm saying
he didn't play well.
But I'm saying But I'm saying, he's playing decent now. But I'll be honest with you, Chen, and I again, I'd like to see the Oilers win because I do really like Connor McDavid. I'm going Panthers in 7. I think Paul Maurice, their head coach, is just a stud. He's a great coach.
Put a beer on it. Put a beer on it.
All right, I'll put a beer on it. Man, that's
sad thing is
because I want the Oilers.
That's weird because I was just going to say the opposite. Is I want to see Kachuk. Is it? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Here's what's gonna happen.
You watching what I'm watching right now.
Yeah, that really, really, really effing sucks.
What the hell? Sorry, NBA game on. Sorry.
But
wow.
I'm gonna go Panthers in 7. I think that the Oilers win it next year. And here's what's gonna suck for some people is that by that time, I think Canada might be the 51st state, so Canada won't actually get the official. It'll be the United States.
You're messed up.
Just kidding. But no, I do think the Florida Panthers are going to take it in 7. I just think that they're tough. They just got a team on them, It's like, all right. But all right, NBA Finals, obviously mid-game here, that kind of sucks a little bit. I am a Thunder fan, hence if you can see old school Sonics hat here. So we'll see what happens here as we kind of talk through this. But let's go NBA Finals. Thunder kind of seemed like the team to beat. Obviously, I believe they were when they finals were set with odds and everything else. It was minus 700, I think, for the Thunder to win it. So, not really anything to bet on. I'm gonna go Thunder in 6 in this series.
Thunder in 6. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that that's your pick. I actually was going to say the exact same thing. I think Thunder go 4-2. Although game 1 might not go the way of your team, Ty, you got to understand 2 small market teams. You got to keep viewers as much as possible. So
Mhm.
you're not going to see a 4-game sweep here.
No.
I don't think you're going to see a 4-1 series here either. You are going to get it. You're going to get it to about, if it doesn't go 2-2, it's definitely going to be, it's definitely going to, I just, I don't see it going 2-2. I think it's going to get to 3-1. Indiana wins one more, and
Yep.
then
That's how I was thinking.
Thunder just put it away. But I do have a wager on it because once I saw the odds being that outrageous, you have to be a little cautious because I think the last time anybody was this big of a favorite, it was the Warriors versus the Cavs, and I believe like the Warriors were like minus 1,600 versus the Cavs, and who ended up winning that?
Mm-hmm.
The Cavs. And if there's one sport that is heavily influenced by sport books, it's freaking NBA basketball.
Yeah.
They rig everything. So it's like you got referees wanting to tell it all. Sorry, allegedly. But you got referees that want to. Okay, good. Referees doing tell-all stories, getting paid off to shut up. You've got literal referees that are known as the extenders of series. Scott Foster. And then you and then you sit there with your draft process, and blatantly for every team that helps a big market out by trading them a star player, they magically always get the first picks next year, even if they have a minuscule chance. So it's like, it's just like, it's so weird. So I actually placed the wager. Is a series spread, and I got Pacers plus 2.5 games for plus 120. So
plus 2.5 games, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, so they, as long as they win two, if they win 2 games, which they just won game 1, then I'm good. So
dude, I'll be honest with you, I did some research on this too because, you know, like I said, I grew up a Supersonics fan. Supersonics only won the NBA championship in 1979. And yes, that is before my time.
Yeah.
Besides that, I think a couple years back, 2012, I think Thunder made it to the championship. But dude, it's been so frustrating. I mean, we always used to lose the Bulls. Jordan, it's like, just, you know, I feel like it's been a lot of my teams lately. We've getting so close and we just can't win the big one. It's very frustrating. It hurts my heart as a fan in a lot of ways.
It's a 7 games. If the Thunder don't win this series, it is an absolute butcher job by them. Like,
yeah.
And I will say this: it's an absolute, underdog story for the Pacers. Believe it or not. I mean, they beat an injured Cavs team. They didn't have to play Boston. I don't give the Knicks an excuse. Like the Knicks were like, everyone's like, oh, but it was like a falling apart Knicks team. It's like, shut up. Like, just shut up. Like I know. Well, one, if Boston doesn't lose Jason Tatum, Boston's in here, and I bet the series favorite is completely. I bet Boston would have been favored over OKC. That's my thought. But I don't know. I don't. I'm all for this matchup. Like, a lot of people are frustrated with this. Like, oh, it's the first time since the NBA started doing Christmas Day games that one of the Christmas teams isn't in the championship. And I love that. Like,
I do too, actually.
Next generation, right? You got 2 guys that were literally traded as like bits and pieces for that freaking Paul George trades. Like, both Paul George trades led to these these guys doing what they're doing here with Halliburton and what is it? SGA.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's cool. That game 1 though is a copy of what they did in New York right there.
I know.
3 wins when trailing by 7 or more points with 1 minute left. That's incredible.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Sorry to tell you, I had Pacers plus 11.5, by the way. So
that's got that one.
Yeah.
So going into our final segment here, we got our tiers.
Yeah.
So we're starting back here with players you like to have beers with. Last
Shouldn't
week.
have did that. I just read the segment next.
Yeah, Pop the Tops is the top dog. Second is Nice Set of Chugs. Raise a Glass is number 3. Big Gulps, huh? And he said he'll do 1. So last week, if you're looking at those and you can see that screen, you got John Kruk at the top, and you got Kurt Schilling, Cal Ripken, Tony Gwynn, followed by Low T Frank Thomas. Sorry, Frank. But all right. So this week, players we have down along the bottom here, we have Ken Griffey Jr. We have Bernie Williams.
Whoa.
We have Roberto Clemente, Bryce Harper, and Chipper Jones.
Huh. All right. This is a tough one. This is a tough set of players.
Pretty stand-up guys. If you notice that, like all these guys have been pretty stand-up guys.
Yeah. Whew. I'm looking here. I got to go. Ooh, I'm going to start out not in any particular order, but I'm going to go. I know where I put Ken Griffey Jr.
Raise a glass.
Yes.
1,000%. Let's do it. I agree with that.
I just feel like he was such an iconic figure, kind of like Cal was in our childhood of growing up as baseball fans. And like, dude, MLB, what was it? MLB 96? What did we play? 94, 96?
98.
98, okay.
Yeah.
That was the team, man. That was the Harley riding Jay Buhner. Just kidding, Trey. We just said he looks like he rides Harleys. You
Tino
got
Martinez, Randy Johnson.
Was it Tino or Edgar Martinez?
Both Martinez's, because Edgar Martinez is DH.
Are they brothers?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, they just had the same last name. All right.
I think y'all said. I think you had. Was it Alex Cora? Would have been on that team.
The manager.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, Randy Johnson, who just got his number retired.
Yep. Hey, think about that too. Griffey and Randy. He was eventually on them. I don't think he was there in '98 though. But Griffey and Randy Johnson are both photographers too.
Wow, that is weird. Yeah.
Maybe they should.
And don't forget Al Chambers, local Harrisburg native.
There you go. No, Alex Cora did not. Alex Cora, I was wrong. He did not play with them.
Okay.
I think there's somebody else I'm thinking of, but that'll come to me. All right. Griffey here is Raise a Glass. We still got Bernie Williams, Roberto Clemente, Bryce Harper, and Chipper Jones.
All right.
I'm kind of leaning Bernie Williams. He said he'll do 1.
Yeah. I'm not I don't know what number 51. So yeah, let's go. He said he'll do 1.
Yep. He was a center fielder.
Center fielder, Yankees that I just can't stand. So yeah, I'm cool with that one. I like that one.
I want to make sure I have the. I don't think that's the right. That's not the right picture.
Let's say that's definitely not Bernie Williams, but
hold on a second.
It's all right. It's all right.
No, we're good. We're good. I have it ready to go. All right, so I think it's up and ready to go now. So that was just a mistake on my end because maybe a sneak peek for the next one that we have here with A-Rod making an appearance. I grabbed the wrong Yankee picture. It's so damn small. All right, so there's Bernie Williams. He said he'll do 1. So we got Roberto Clemente left, Bryce Harper, and Chipper Jones.
All right. Something is like drawing me to say Chipper Jones going to Pop the Tops.
You think so?
Yeah. I just the reason I'm feeling that.
I feel like you could tell some stories.
Exactly. Like that when I look at Pop the Tops, I'm looking for a guy that's just going to be able to like tell us the craziest shit that's ever happened in a locker room
Yeah.
And like we said that about John Kruk. Like he probably has so many hilarious stories.
Yeah.
And then like a couple beers with him, and oh my
Mhm.
god, he's probably gonna let him fly. So
Mhm.
I would, yeah, I'm gonna go. I would say Chipper Jones pop the tops for sure.
All right. I'm kind of leaning Roberto for big gulps
Berto for big gulps. All right.
because I don't know. I kind of feel like Bryce Harper, nice set of chugs. I feel like he could be a party guy.
Yeah, I'm 1,000% on board with that.
All right. There you go. You got Chipper top, Bryce Harper, Griffey, Roberto, and now it's actually Bernie Williams. All right, let's move on to the next one here. All right, we got guy that would win a bench press contest. Head honcho is at the top, which was Mark McGuire last week. Tougher than a $2 steak was Manny Ramirez. Shredded stalwart was Jose Canseco. We had Aaron Judge with Do You Even Lift Bro? And Flabby Patties was Barry Flabby Patties Bonds. So this week, we have to choose from Albert Bell, Sammy Sosa, John Rocker, Tyler O'Neill, and Alex Rodriguez.
Ooh, all right. Who is Tyler O'Neill? Ooh, man. All right.
Right now, initially, I want to say Albert Bell is tougher than a $2 steak.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
He's a guy that you just do not fuck with.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be, because I was totally on this guy's side during this era. I want Sammy Sosa right up there at head honcho. Head honcho.
Head honcho.
Damn right I do. He's dude. That was the most legendary in my lifetime. Your lifetime, most legendary time. The most legendary time of just home runs back and forth, man. Like I want it. I want it.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Between those guys, yeah. All right, I'm kind of on the shredded stalwart of John Rocker.
I'm good with that. Kind of controversial, kind of like Jose Canseco was.
Kind of a badass dude.
Yeah,
but
and
also
I'm not
hilarious and awesome.
Yes, when I've got to go O'Neill at Do You Even Lift Bro? Dude's like, if you watch every stream or every showing of the Orioles, they talk about him lifting biceps and all that. So he's totally that like, do you lift bro type mentality.
Yeah. And I think the fact that he was married to J-Lo makes him Flabby Patties.
Who is that?
A-Rod.
Is that A-Rod?
Yeah. It's Alex Rodriguez who played for the Yankees.
Sure, that's not the same guy that you just had to hide the other picture.
Yeah. It's not Bernie Williams.
I don't think that's A-Rod.
Trent, it's A-Rod.
All right. And why'd you say? Because he married J-Lo?
It was a joke. All right.
Who hasn't married J-Lo? Like that's the real question. I mean, like
valid point.
Yeah. Hey, every year she gets divorced. What is it about the Panthers? They
make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Super Bowl or some weird shit like that.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Only other bit of news here that we'll mention. Aaron Rodgers is a Pittsburgh Steeler. Called it coming. I saw it coming. It's official. 1-year contract. We'll see what happens. See what happens with the Steelers. I feel like I don't know. We all knew it was coming, but
very anticlimactic. Like, yeah, I just don't. I don't give a shit. Like, I just don't give a shit. Like, I'm going to put that out there. What do you above 500, below 500, right at 5? I mean, you can't go 500 anymore if I'm right. So, like,
no, you can't.
Tomlin's streak over. You gonna bet it, Ty? You're gonna lose.
I will eventually. I will eventually. I've bet it every year.
You're due.
I am due. Man, wouldn't it be some shit if it was with Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback? Nobody expect that. Nobody see that shit coming.
They're gonna be all right though.
I just realized why I thought Alex Cora played for the Mariners is because around that same time, I believe he played for the Cleveland Indians, and that was the other team I used to play with all the time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Omar Vizquel was on that team, I believe.
Vizquel, not Vizquel.
Okay, sorry, dude.
Jeez.
It was the 90s, man. I was young. I was a young kid.
Goodness gracious.
Young, man.
Was he with? No, he was at the Indians later. Why did I think it was Dodgers? I don't know. Oh, well.
So you're just
All
wrong.
Right.
Just give up on Alex Cora. He cheated.
No.
He's a cheater.
Thanks, that guys.
He hits trash cans. All people know the pitches.
All right. Anything else for the sports world? Oh my gosh.
Horses. Horses.
Jeez.
Goodness. That's where Trey's at tonight. He's in some rich guy's field, probably getting a handy. What a life. What a life.
All right. So this
he's gonna appreciate that, Mr. Wedding Guy. Hey.
I know. That's pretty funny. The Belmont Stakes.
Watch a couple episodes back, listeners, if you don't get that reference. So
yeah,
please.
Got a couple.
Want to clarify
that. So the Belmont Stakes is being raced at Saratoga Racecourse again for the second year in a row, due to construction of the other course. So horse-wise, what we have here is you do have the Kentucky Derby winner and also the Preakness winner are both racing in this one. We have Journalism at 8-5 odds, Sovereignty at 2-1, Baeza at 4-1, Rodriguez 6-1, Hill Road 10-1, Crudo 15-1, Heart of Honor 30-1, and Uncaged 30-1. Now those are obviously subject to change based on X factors and all that other fun stuff as well. So how we do our horses and stuff, we pick our winners, we pick our trifecta box, which is you pick your top three horses and they can finish in any order as long as they're on the top three. And then we always pick some sort of long shot winner. And I'll say this about my long shot winner. I always do pick an across the board bet for that too. Just because I think it's like, hey, it's a long shot. If he gets, first or third, awesome.
That makes sense. Yep.
Win something on it. But so I don't have Trey's pick. So Trent, you want to start us off with I don't know, tell us your winner.
Straight up winner.
Yep, straight up.
All right. I've got I took a pill in Baeza. Oh.
Make that a twofer. That's also my winner.
Ooh, wow. All right.
4-1 odds. He was, if you remember, he was the horse that raced in the Kentucky Derby. He was like a fill-in horse or some sort, right after some scratches and stuff, and actually ran really well. So with a smaller race lineup, I think he could actually take it here, because I believe it was the last several races. I believe that the Kentucky Derby winner and the Preakness winners have not even finished in the top three in the Belmont Stakes. So it's been a couple of races since then.
Good odds are in my favor then.
So yeah, I'm on Baeza as well. Trifecta box. So you got
before our long shot.
Yeah, keep your long shot for last.
All right. I've got Baeza.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Crudo.
Okay.
I rolled my R's there. Just wondering, Crudo. Crudo. And then this was a tough one. Had it down to two. And I believe Sovereignty it is.
Sovereignty?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like one of the top two has to finish in the top three.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, so I'm also on Baeza. I'm also on Sovereignty. I just thought, and the reason I picked Sovereignty over, say, Journalism, who is again the favorite this race again,
is dead. Because Journalism is dead, not the horse. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding.
But no, just because that the Preakness race, the way that he had to win like that. I mean, yeah, okay, you could say like, wow, look at what he did. But at the same time, I'm like, he should not have won. I mean, it literally was a nose. So
Yeah.
I think Sovereignty is a bit of a better horse because remember, Sovereignty did not race in the Preakness, so there was no possibility for a Triple Crown this year. Again, I think it's been 7 years now. This is what they're waiting on. So I know it always frustrates me, but so I got Baeza, Sovereignty 2-1, and then I'm gonna go with Rodriguez. Just keeping it. It's a Baffert horse, so it's my box. Rodriguez is 6-1 odds.
Gotcha.
All right, long shot. Who you got?
And we do long shots considering double digits.
Double digits.
Correct.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's how I like my oil. Crudo.
Okay. So I like my oil. I don't think that's a saying.
Crude oil. Come on now.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. I'm going Heart of Honor, 30-1 odds. I feel like the last couple of years that these horses that have like these so steep odds, like 30-1, 21, 25, like whatever it is, somehow just find a way to win. I think it was I think it might have been Seize the Gray last year. It was one of the horses. I think he was like 30-1 odds and ended up winning, like not Belmont, but so I'm gonna go Heart of Honor.
Right.
See what he can do. Gonna wear it like a badge of honor, but
I like it. It's the last one for the year, really, like in terms of major Triple Crown.
I know. It's my reasons to celebrate.
Yeah.
All right. Well, enjoy the sports world. Enjoy the college baseball World Series tonight. And let's keep trucking on some of these baseball picks, man. I'm doing all right. So, other than that, keep an eye out for the race. This, I believe it'll be out by noon today. So we have our next mascot dash mania race. The mascots are going to be racing in Cleveland.
Ooh.
So keep an eye out for Drew Carey.
I was just gonna say all the little chicks in the Cleveland. I actually don't know the words of that song. Almost said something real inappropriate. Actually, now I think of it. Yeah.
Yep. Mascot Dash Mania 12 noon is the race today, and it's going to be taking place in Cleveland. So keep an eye out for that. Other than that, anything else, Trent?
Well, I want to know who's your early call for that one time. You let it get that
one? I guess I can. Just keep in mind, it has not been run yet, so I don't even know yet.
Oh, okay?
Yeah. Yep. So it's actually what I'll be doing after this in a second here. But I'm gonna go Tiger. Go Thrashing Tiger for that. He's been kind of floating around. He started out weak, but he's coming around.
I'm going with the Eagle.
Ooh, he's due.
He's due. He's close second. And I swear to God, if that damn Rusty Raccoon wins again, I'm gonna throw it out with the trash.
I feel like last week you're like, this thing's rigged. This is rigged.
I was so pissed. Every single time I don't pick him, he wins.
I don't know. So should be interesting. Yep. So keep an eye out. And that's it, man. All right. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Appreciate you listening. See ya.